Okay, I'm a Gemini, and people wonder, how do you do everything you do? Hi, my name is Caity Bonine. I've been an artist for over 55 years. I create my own business. I run my own business. I advertise my own business. I do my books for my own business. That is just something that an artist, sometimes all I want to do is paint. I'm very fortunate. I like to do a lot of things. After high school, it was like a year after, I took one course that was an evening course in painting in oils. And after that, my whole career was self-taught. I started painting in oils for like 10 years, and eventually I switched over to watercolors, self-taught myself that, and did that most of my life, and that's what I'm mostly known for, my watercolors. But now at my ripe old age, I have turned back to doing oils. I'm trying to grow old gracefully as I change my mediums and change my painting. It's hard to know when your art becomes a career. I was actually working a full-time job, and I was getting nowhere with that, trying to get a higher position, and finally I said, that's it. You know, I'm going to go off and believe in myself, which is a hard thing to do for a young person, and I'm going to create totally, and that's what I'm going to do the rest of my life. When I was very young, I worked very hard, and I believe you have to believe in yourself, you have to work hard, you have to be persistent, you have to just have the drive and the passion to do it. And so back then, as I painted things, and I had a young family, I was a single mom raising a couple of children, and I would paint late into the evenings, and then when I finally got a group of things together, I started going to galleries with my work. And they would take a few things, but then I decided that in order for me to make a living at this and support my children, I would have to go into the printing industry too of my work. Knocked on their doors, said, hey, this is who I am, this is what I have to offer. And they bought my prints, and in 2 years, I sold out the edition. So, you know, dreams do come true, and you have to believe. I'm often asked, what is the inspiration for my work, and it probably hasn't changed since I was young. I'm a believer. I love beauty. I believe that it's important in people's lives. I have messages to give to people, and I hope I do that in my art. The inspiration I have is probably from nature. I've had a couple of muses in my life, a father who really believed in me and told me I could do anything I wanted to do, a mother who taught me to see. She lived with me in my later life, and she was actually kind of my muse back then too. When I feel like I'm a little bit off and everybody gets there, I just go out in my garden. And I don't have flowers because I paint so many flowers and in so much color, but I like the zen greens of my garden. And I will prune and pretend that it is canvas and that it changes all the time with the weather and the seasons. And my alone time with that, I believe all artists need to be alone. It's, you know, it's your mind, body, soul thing that allows you to create, and it has to come from all that, and you have to find a place of peace to do that. So that's where I find my inspiration. You don't see a lot of young people coming up in the arts anymore, but when they do, you can spot them, and their interest is so keen, and their desire and their passion, and that's when it all starts. And I always, like to talk to them and encourage them. I remember when I had my first sale, and it was by accident. It was something I had done for my aunt, and I forgot to mark not for sale when I was at an art show, and I came back and it was gone. And that was such an inspiration, but I learned then that you have to start creating a body of people interested in your work. Nothing that's worth anything in life is given to you. You must work for those things. You must put out the effort, put out the time, and never ever give up. You have to be realistic. If you're starting out, and you have to balance. Am I supporting myself with this, or is it a losing battle, or what can I do to make this happen? I think talk to a lot of artists. I think that's really important because they're there and they will give you all the support and information you need. I remember being really afraid to ask artists, like, you know, how do I sell my work and stuff. You can call me if you want. And then each time you make a little money, take that little money and take part of it, you know, go get an ice cream cone, and then take part of that and put it towards your business. Because it's like, and yet treat it like a business. It's like, you know, it is a business, and if you want it to be, you can make it happen. God has given artists gifts, and I'm so proud of things that I've been able to create. Probably my most important thing I've ever created are my children. And I think if you ask artists that are, especially mothers, they will say the same thing, because how can you create such a beautiful thing and they're still beautiful and they give back so much to the world? And so that is my first and most wonderful creation. I'm really proud of my book, and it came out in 2005. It's my watercolors, my prose that I've written, which tells a lot about me, and also my story, my life story. So it's a combination of all those things. It is so Caity Bonine. So I'm very proud of that. Hard times, and a lot of my family helped me in publishing this book too, so I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of a couple of awards, maybe first place in the Phippen Museum watercolor, under watercolor, having a show at the Desert Caballero Museum. I love the big, huge piece that I did late in life that was 11 feet by 3.5 feet. And that was a challenge. It was abstract, which I am not an abstract painter. I'm proud that I've been able to be positive through life, no matter what has happened to me. And I've had a lot of things happen to me, as everybody does. But that again is a gift. It's a gift that you're given, and then you learn to develop and stay positive and stay proud of it. I'm a believer. I think that is really important, especially in the art field for young people becoming artists. You have to believe in yourself. I believed in myself when I was single. I believed in myself when I had cancer, when I was told I had 6 months to live. That was 26 years ago. I believed in the fact that I could make a living out of my art when all my friends went, "What are you doing? You know, you have 2 children." I've been a believer just in my family, and I've watched them develop and grow and see how they've taken that belief system and are making things for themselves and making themselves important. I believe in God, I believe in country, I believe in family wholeheartedly. That's really important to me. I believe that you can be the best you can be, even when things are difficult. And I believe that when it's down and out, you just gotta shake it off. You have to take 15 minutes, if that's what it takes, and realize what's really important in life. And that will get you through till you're 77 at least.